It's the real Cyberius show with his two guests, AOH and Steam Engine.
Welcome everyone to the live. AOH, Speam, thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
Speam, how are you about shouting out the people that are joining us in chat?
So who do we have here? We have Mr. J. Shout out to Mr. J. Shout out to Anthony Sanchez 09. Shout out to Pascal Siakam's in the chat. That's cool. That's dope if that's the real Pascal Siakam. Shout out to Woodage. I got some sneaker talk I want to drop on you guys. Shout out to Lanetta402. I see that name all the time. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody.
Oh, shout out to the Format Podcast. JXY Music. Looks like we've got a bunch of regulars in here. So yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it. I was going to say, I don't know if you guys have your list up of the topics that you wanted to discuss.
Let's each read our list so that the viewers know everything we're going to get through today, and then we'll just battle
Sure.
Which topic to do next.
So on my list, I have Giannis traded to Miami. Stephen A. begs LeBron to join the Knicks. Rumors about LeBron joining Miami to team up with Giannis, and Trae Young's ridiculous contract.
Hey man, why don't you stop talking about LeBron?
I'll never stop talking about him until everyone else shuts the fuck up.
It's not like he's in the news.
Nope, not at all.
Speam list.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on the Trae Young contract and just the Washington Wizards being terrible, but I also kind of want to talk about this whole 2016 Cavs ridiculous reunion tour, especially with my doppelganger Richard Jefferson, just kind of going above and beyond with the we're tight knit, we're buddies Instagram posts.
Okay. Any chance you could fix your audio by the time we come back to you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a little quiet.
All right, I've got I want to talk about whether there's more flopping in the NBA or the World Cup. I had a few uncommon sense videos that we could react to, and I thought I wanted to react to the Isaiah Thomas one, but it has some good parts, but I think it was actually the J.R. Smith one that resonated with me. And I've got that queued up if we get around to it. Nice. I've got some astonishingly stupid things that fanboys have said in the comment section. And LeBron James complaining once again. I mean, this is a repeat of something he's done before about having to sacrifice family time to keep pursuing his career. And we're supposed to feel sorry for him. It's apparently this was in the Time magazine article, but he said the same shit only a couple of years ago. And I won't say anything more. We will circle back to all of these. What do you want to open up with, Cyberius?
Well, just because it'll be really fast, let's just tackle Giannis traded to Miami. I mean, I don't even think there's a lot of meat necessarily there, but I did want to address it. But the thing that I don't necessarily understand about it is he's going from a mid-tier team to another mid-tier team. I don't necessarily understand what he's expecting to change. The trade just doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe he just wants a beach.
I mean, that's possible. Like, I would rather be in Miami than be in Milwaukee. Like, I get that. But other than that, I'm just not understanding, like, playing with Bam Adebayo. Like, is that his dream since Bam scored 83? Like, I just don't get it.
I guess if I were to present any argument, it would be that Eric Spoelstra's coaching has led to the Heat getting to the finals when they had no business getting to the finals.
That's fair.
If you combine that they have surprised us in the past with adding someone like Giannis, maybe it means more than we think it does.
That's a fair point. Speem, you have any thoughts on Giannis going to the Heat?
It's a life choice or a lifestyle move. You're going from Milwaukee to Miami. I mean, and you know, this guy, he seems pretty well cultured, right? There's only so many things you can do in Milwaukee, and Miami's a pretty big market, and I think we're going to start to see, hopefully, maybe a villain arc from him once this takes place.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really sure there's much more to discuss with him being traded there. It was just something that I wanted to address because it, happens to be going on.
Can I just ask or say one thing before we move on though?
Sure.
When were players allowed to start saying this is my preferred destination?
Yeah.
This is where I want to go. Like, I think it maybe even before the whole player empowerment movement, we didn't hear about this very often, but now it's like, okay, well, if you guys are going to trade me, this is where I'd like to go. And it's more like, yeah, but you're still an employee at the end of the day. There has to be some sense of control, from the team. Like if I'm Milwaukee, right? Like, what are you really getting back for Giannis? An old Tyler Hero, and what else? Like that's of value for you to just kind of cave to Giannis's demands.
I mean, it's all part of the player entitlement movement. It's not necessarily player power. It's them thinking that they have every right to dictate every aspect of their career, even when their play doesn't dictate them having that power.
But even if it did, the only players I think that I would even hear that conversation from at this juncture, like if Wemby said, okay, well, this is where I want to go. Well, then you probably listen to that, right? Because that, I hate to say it, he probably is the next face of the league. And if they're going to cater to somebody, they might as well cater. I'd rather them cater to somebody that's currently working hard, currently, doing the small things to attempt to bring his team a chip, much like Giannis used to do. But I just feel like it happens for everybody now.
Yeah.
All right, move on.
All right. Let's move on to what we're let's watch this clip and about our J.R. Smith, and then we'll proceed from there. So I'll go ahead and put it up
Watching
there.
the late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the two guys I ever played against that was willing to leave it all on the court.
He ain't lying.
We go into halftime, and T-Lou looks right at Bron. Says, I need more from you.
I said, Bron, you got to be better, bro. Damn. He's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats.
Do you remember Bron's reaction?
What the you want me to do?
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Michael Jordan has got to be the first pick. He was extremely coachable.
Because we never see Lou the most chill.
He's so chill. He came right in there at halftime like, bro, you got to be better. You got to be better. Bro, I was like, what you want me to do?
What you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. You got to be. What you want me to do, T. Lou?
I'm averaging a triple-double in the finals. I'm pretty good. I would think.
I'm leading in rebounding, steals, assists. He's like, I don't know.
He said, I don't know, but you need to be better. You need to figure it out. Get the ball, dunk the ball, shoot it, pass it, do whatever you got to do.
Unfortunately.
Speem, what you doing with your shirt open like that?
See, I'm not. Nope, keep going.
Jesus
not
Christ,
doing
is
it.
that you?
Late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the two guys I ever played against that was willing to leave it all on the court. And I didn't mean it all. They were willing to If it meant drop dead on the floor, those two guys, I'm convinced, would be willing to do that for the victory.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special. That's like one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh shit, like you did something special. I haven't really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment.
You hear how everything coming out of his mouth revolves around himself, and his mind is always about himself. God damn.
Not only that, AOH, before he talks about himself, he makes sure that he builds up. He builds up the he measures the accomplishment before he talks about it. So it's not just an accomplishment, it's that he climbed the highest mountain to get whatever that accomplishment is in, you know, whatever topic it is, whatever they're talking about at the moment. He had to work the hardest to get it.
That's exactly what he does. Everything is insurmountable. The Warriors were the greatest team ever. The 2020 bubble chip was the hardest championship ever. It can't just be what it is. It has to be exaggerated into this colossal effort that, quite frankly, isn't the case.
No, not a mention. Not a mention of Kyrie. Not a fucking mention of him. Not even a mention of him.
Have you guys even ever heard him give Kyrie credit or thank him for winning that ring? I've never heard it.
No, I think the only time he came close to complimenting Kyrie was when he was on the Redneck Sports Show, and they were talking about players, shitting on players from the past, and saying that Kyrie would look like witchcraft to them. It was the same show in which they were talking about LeBron being able to dominate in past eras and Giannis being able to dominate in past eras.
Oh, that's when he was code switching. He was code switching like a motherfucker on that. It was like talking to a completely different person. He switched up his entire language pattern.
Woodage says Warriors worked themselves so hard to get that 73-9 record that they struggled in the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. The Warriors didn't exactly cruise through the playoffs. I'm not sure where you get the best team ever when they they almost got knocked out by the Thunder in the round previously, and maybe they should have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the bubble chip was the most difficult chip ever, according to him.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, and
because it was the pure, quote unquote, the purest form of basketball, and everything was fair and blah blah. It was like this whole new method of how to measure how difficult something is. It was like shit I never even heard of before.
Jimmy James says LeBron had a 66-win team that didn't get to the finals and another 60-plus win team that didn't get there. Yeah. And Ron Diggity, no Bogut, the Draymond suspension. Curry fouled out on phantom fouls, by the way. The Bogut is probably the most overlooked part of it because there's so much controversial shit that happened in that series that it's easy to, well, I don't know. It actually shouldn't be easy to overlook the missing center that was discouraging LeBron from going into the paint. But there was so much other shady shit going on in that series that it kind of distracted from that.
For sure. I also thought it was strange that when the Bulls had their, in 96, when they had their record wins, it was doesn't mean a thing without the ring, and the Warriors don't win the ring, and yet they're still touted as the greatest team of all time.
Yeah,
well, how can that be? They didn't get it done when it mattered most.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doesn't
I mean,
make
the 2017 Warriors would have beaten the 2016 Warriors, wouldn't they? So how's that not the? I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have.
That's a good point. Oh, here's the super. Shout out to Sharp Speckles Daddy's LaDonte West. Wow.
I did see some news. I think this was on one of you guys' lists for today. B Folk brings up Austin signing for 18 mil.
Oh, I didn't.
I mean, 185. I mean, 185 mil for 4 years.
That's a crazy contract.
And of course, the part about Miami that we left out is now that Giannis is going there and LeBron has been stalling. Does this mean LeBron's going to try and go there? Which of course would.
There are rumors.
Yeah, to Miami.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they don't have.
That's possible.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, how? I don't even know what to say to that. Like.
The fact that fanboys don't understand to be ashamed of that, and they're actually excited about it.
It shouldn't even come up for conversation. If I'm LeBron's camp, which is like I guess most of the NBA at this point, if I'm in his pocket, I'm trying to separate myself from playing with any other generationally great talent. Because at this point in your career, you're not going to win any more rings. All right, you have to know that. A, B, if you do team up with anybody else and win another ring, and I'm praying that never happens, then it's gonna how do you not see that that's gonna fuck your legacy up even more? You waited till the tail end of your career, you go to Miami to play with freaking Giannis after playing with AD in his prime, after playing with Kyrie in his prime, D Wade in his prime. I mean, how do you not have the future sight to say that's gonna screw me up long term?
Well, I don't know how much time we should spend on this because I've heard about 7 stories in the last 3 days about where LeBron is going. And yet we're the ones who are criticized for talking about him. And yet he keeps himself in the news one way or another. You know, what's funny about this introduction that Uncommon Sense did is full of good stuff, and it's not even the topic of the video yet. And we're already Laguna says he dropped the Miami rumors because Giannis took the spotlight away from him. Yeah,
it's probably true. You know, he can't stand not being the focus of attention.
Let's do some of the other stuff on the list. I'll knock out 2 of mine before we come back to this Uncommon video, because this Uncommon video will probably dominate our conversation for a while.
Right.
Let me tell a story from the World Cup. I was at a bar probably 2 weeks ago when Paraguay was on the screen, but the sound was off or it was too loud. I couldn't tell what happened, but I saw a guy just fall down for no reason. And it being soccer, football, whatever. And the penalty, there was a penalty called, and I was like, holy shit, you guys have to be fucking kidding me that this still works. And you should be penalizing this sort of flopping. And the people in the bar actually corrected me. They're like, they are. The other team is getting the ball or a side out or something like that because of that guy taking a dive. So I stood there corrected, but then the moment hit me. I was like, wait a minute. Soccer, known for taking dives, will penalize people for flopping, and the NBA won't even do it? I mean, goddamn. That's a slap in Adam Silver's face. I mean, basketball isn't even supposed to be known for flopping, but it is now. And you won't penalize people as much as soccer, where that was kind of an accepted part of the game. Yeah. I don't know if that's fair. It seems so common in soccer that it seems like it is an accepted part of the game, but soccer fans might be offended by my assessment on that.
Superhero Ruthless Raider 78 says, how much longer will we suffer from LeBron's stipation?
I mean, are we going to talk about him playing at a quote unquote high level, as he keeps referring to standing around and doing nothing? I mean, he could play until he's fucking 90 doing what he's doing.
He certainly
and
could.
sacrificing. This is on my list, and sacrificing his time with his family needlessly. I was listening to sports and fitness rants, and which is always a mistake because it fucking sets me off. I get worked up, and it's like every father in the world actually has to sacrifice family time because they're trying to pay the bills. Yeah. LeBron James, on the other hand, could have retired. Well, Jesus, I mean, he could have retired after his first season with the money that he made, but he did it for 22 more seasons. You didn't have to be there, LeBron. You chose self-glorification over your family, and you're still doing it.
Well, because didn't he make $100 million from Nike before he ever played a game?
90 million guaranteed, and a lifetime.
Okay, so 90 million. So he made generational wealth before he ever stepped on the court.
Lifetime contract with Nike. Rookie season, I want to say. So yes, he didn't have to play a game. I was going to correct you, AOH. He didn't, even before his first season, he had generational wealth.
Wow.
All wrapped up and guaranteed. But when, this brings me back to, and we don't have to get too deep into the weeds on this. This brings me back to this entire idea of, LeBron being an activist, for example.
Oh God.
Or when people misuse the word martyr, this idea that he's, again, sacrificing something or giving up something. I'll never forget. When the NBA guys had to wear these pre-written messages on their shirts that were supposed to, give some message. Those I don't care what you say, those dudes aren't sacrificing anything, because and LeBron's the poster child for that, until you say, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, until you do X, Y, and Z, and that has an impact on your wallet or your life. Or I'll use Muhammad Ali for an example. A prime of your career that you give up because of something you believe in, then I don't want to hear anything about sacrifice or activism or being the poster child for change or anything like that. Because as sad as it is, LeBron has the power to impact change if he really wanted to, because for whatever reason, the NBA still has places a lot of import on him. But he's going to sell out every time and then hide. He's like the equivalent of, do you remember on social media, to show that you had a black friend, basically you just put a black square for your profile picture. It's the equivalent of that.
Well, that's why it makes me laugh when people talk about activism. Activism isn't posting a black square on your social media. Exactly. Activism is usually, in my personal opinion, being the first to start the movement and having to deal with those consequences of those actions.
It's not a fucking hashtag, Cyberius. This gets under my skin. I'm sorry, because this is a lot of what my work has to do with. Sorry, not to cut you off. It's not a fucking hashtag. And over the last 15, 20 years, society has been convinced that putting hashtag fucking Black Lives Matter, hashtag I want change, it doesn't mean anything. And we see these athletes inundate us on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram. Oh, I want to do this. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. Because if you wanted to, you would. But you want to put out the message that you do care. It's infuriating. Sorry, my bad.
Hashtag thoughts and prayers. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, who said that? Ron Diggity. Exactly. Hashtag thoughts and prayers. Get out of here with that. The people that are living check to fucking check. The people that don't know where they're going to live the next day. What do you think a hashtag thoughts and prayers is going to do for them when their lights are getting turned off? It's
as helpful as clicking the like button or the thumbs up button.
That's exactly what it is.
I did my part. So Jay, Jexiavo, God damn it, I should know how to say this by now. I swear everybody's YouTube handles change a little bit. Apparently, so now God has an agenda for a man basketball career, a man-made sport. Oh, right. Going back to the Rich Paul excuses. Yeah, I did. I think that's still in the members section where I went off on them talking about God. King Speech Row has been active in the comments. I think he's still riding high.
Shout out to King Speech.
He's still riding high from the Knicks victory. And did he say earlier that he thinks that this Knicks team would have beaten the 2016 Warriors?
Wait,
well, I'd watch it.
He really said that?
Didn't you say that? I'm looking back. I'm trying to scroll through.
Wow.
I'm
26 Knicks is greater than both. Referring to, we were talking about other teams. Yeah, I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah.
I'd be curious enough to watch it.
I would as well.
Well, you know,
on your guys' list?
Everybody's still talking about Austin Reeves signing that 4-year contract and assuming that means that LeBron is leaving. All LeBron has to do is take that pay cut and be part of the team. Now, Laker fans don't want him there. We don't want him up here in the North, despite what the fucking rumors say. I can't imagine Giannis wants him. But then again, I can't imagine that Pat Riley would take him back, but we also didn't think that the Cavs would take him back. So fucking
I don't think the Cavs take him back. I hope that Donovan Mitchell so he's been kind of wavering in my eyes too with a lot of his like post playoff talk. He's kind of sounding less and less like a winner. So I hope the Cavs would never entertain that, but at the same time, kind of their character lately would make me think, I don't know.
The thing that scares me about Pat Riley is on record, and Uncommon Sense mentioned it in his video today, that Pat Riley said, if LeBron wants to come back, he'll leave the polished key under the doormat.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like, why?
That is weird. It's very specific.
Bailed on you. And he's bailed on how many teams since then?
Then again, Rob Pelinka said they'd love to have him back. I don't know if it's true. I think they're all just afraid of being killed by the Clutch Mafia.
I mean, yeah, I think that has to play a big part in it. I'm hoping Rob Pelinka's comments were just PR commentary of, we'll say this, but it's not what we mean.
Yeah, but again, this is probably a topic that's worthy of an entire show, how everyone else has to be professional and polite while LeBron just shits on everyone all the time while playing the victim card.
And not for nothing, I think the Lakers showed their ass drafting Bronny. I think there's nothing that they'll never say no to at this point. I still maintain drafting Bronny was maybe I don't know. I'm only 40. I can't speak to the entirety of sports, right? But I can't imagine. To me, that was one of the biggest slaps in the face to the idea of sports, to the idea of competition. Them drafting Bronny James, historically speaking, I think that's so significant how terrible that was, that it's not being talked about almost like at a college level. It's scary how a professional organization and an entity worth billions of dollars caved like that.
Well, you know what LeBron could do besides taking the vet minimum? He could fucking retire and go spend time with his daughter instead of making us trying to make other people feel guilty that he won't retire. Just go fucking retire, you piece of shit. Tired of hearing a man who avoids his family at all costs being called a family man.
And saying that, like you said, saying that he's sacrificing his time with his family. Nobody's making you do this.
No,
you're doing it of your own free will.
Yeah, he worships himself. All right, I've got one more thing on my list. And that was, as you get toward the at least YouTube's putting them toward the bottom, but if I manage to get deep into the comments on my videos, the fanboy comments start showing up. And one is standing out to me saying, "This is just a hate piece," which we could stop right there and talk about the defeatist argument of just calling anything that you don't like hate, but goes on to say nitpicking. Now, sometimes they accuse me of cherry picking. Other times they accuse me of nitpicking. And in both cases, I've broken down the entire game. It's the entire game. How do you... It's not nitpicking. It's not nitpicking or cherry picking. It's the entire fucking game, and he's trash. I don't know. When you show them the entire fucking game, and that's still all that they can say, you know you're dealing with a cult.
Oh, looks like you got another.
You know, one thing I would like to touch on. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to send.
No, go ahead.
I want to touch on that clip. Well, AOH, that clip I sent you, that LeBron flop that I sent you, I think like 2 days ago. Real quick, before I send it to Cyberius, had you ever seen that play before?
No.
Okay, Cyberius, I'm going to send you this on the Discord. I'd like you to share this to the audience, because this, to me, is one of the most despicable acts of flopping that I've never seen on the mainstream. I'm just going to send it to you right now.
Okay.
Ruthless Raider. Boy, I appreciate you coming through. That's a new person, or at least I don't recognize the name. But does the back of a Diddy Driller's dome look like a topical map of Burma? I'll have to go look at a map of Burma.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Burma right off the top of my head, but it probably does.
I know I'd rather look at a map of Burma than the back of LeBron's head again. That
without
was,
question.
I think my vision started to go by the end of this season. That was one ugly dome.
So JXY says LeBron playing basketball to avoid his family. He knows that has been an excuse for him to leave the house as well. Oh, as we all know, LeBron loves excuses. Unlike Brady, a real competitor, he's not playing for chips.
Yeah, and going to the stadium 5 hours early, if that's even true. Well, don't.
Well, yeah, again, nobody's making you do it.
And it's not making your game better. I don't know what you do during those 5 hours, but it's not practice. And I don't know why it would be practice when your coach had to cancel shoot-arounds. So I don't want to hear praise for showing up 5 hours early when you won't even practice twice a day. Oh, man.
Ron Diggity says, looks like the landscape here in Australia, scarce greenery around the outside and completely barren in the center. King Speech says, LeBron fans hate facts, so they make alternative facts. I mean, they'll just flat out lie and not even care that they're fucking lying.
I know what they're going to say. You just have to wait for Nick Wright to have his show, and then fanboys start parroting him. They don't come up with anything on their own. I already know what fanboys are going to say based upon what the media leaders tell them to say. Try thinking. Of course, I'm telling people who can't think to think, so I guess that makes me the dummy.
I was going to say, yeah, that does make it difficult. Speem, if you sent me something, I haven't got it.
I just sent it. I sent it via the Discord.
Okay.
Thanks for being prepared ahead of the show. That was great.
Hey, did AOH say something?
And pressing play.
Damn, it's just basketball. It's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Fanboys, LeBron James, fanboys, hey fanboys, LeBron James, fanboys.
LeBron James fanboys. Everybody say it together. A little musical interlude. Wow, Ruthless Raider, back with another one. I appreciate all the great work you all do exposing this steaming boat floater. Keep it up, fellas. Well, thank you. Rip Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shocker, you didn't know that.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
When did Charlie Murphy die?
Last year before. Yeah, it's been a few years now.
Why? Why did he die?
I believe it was cancer.
Yeah, I think so.
All jokes aside, yeah, I think it was cancer.
Oh.
All right.
Do you want to do Isaiah Thomas before we do this, or do you want to keep going with this?
Let's keep going with this just for a few more, and then we should certainly address Isaiah.
I don't know if you guys have seen mine. I've done shows on this topic before, and one of them focused on fanboys want to call Jordan an asshole because he was tough on guys in practice. And I'm like, well, you can have a guy who's tough on you in practice, or you can have a guy who doesn't show up to practice but will throw you under the bus on live television like LeBron does. Sorry, I'm distracted by 2017.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long ago. Now I feel stupid.
Yeah. Good, you should.
Jesus Christ. I got brain damage. That's my excuse.
Well, Speam should feel shitty because he.
Hey, did you watch Life yet, by the way?
I've watched half of it.
Okay.
I'm not that entertained. I got to tell you, I've been wrongfully imprisoned. So it kind of hit a chord with me. I'm like, I'm not enjoying it. I'm like, this is really depressing. These guys are in jail for something they didn't do.
You know, it's not a documentary. You can enjoy it for what it is.
Well, I'm trying.
Real quick.
Oh, so the other thing, the other video I did said, why was J.R. Smith the only person who could call a timeout? Why does everyone think that J.R. Smith was the only person who could call a timeout?
Yeah, was he the coach?
What?
Speam, what'd you say?
You're talking about the Cavs game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, LeBron, you can see him from the sideline try to call one. He said he didn't, but you can see him motion to.
Who did?
LeBron. If you go, you talking about the whole J.R. Smith blunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you go back, you can watch LeBron try to call a timeout.
Oh, we did it too late.
Yeah.
Well, then that was a meaningless point. Don't waste our time, Speam. I'm signaling timeout right now. Does that count?
Dickhead.
Welcome back to Fanboy Friday, my people. LeBron James fanboys, prepare for you and your king to be cooked. This Friday, we are having roasted duck. Let's get straight to it.
I'm talking about Bron, though. I remember y'all sitting on the bench 2 seats away from each other in 18 with Golden State when your ass ain't know which basket you was running to. Did you?
Say, bro, you should have told.
That's inaccurate, but it's still funny. Good for J.R. Smith for sitting in there and taking that, because LeBron wouldn't. LeBron couldn't handle a joke like that. Oh, no. Ruthless Raider gave another one. Wow. Yep. Thank you. Is LeBron streak playing basketball the equivalent of Floyd Mayweather trying to read aloud? Why don't we just say the equivalent of LeBron trying to read aloud?
Or talk out loud?
I was going to say basic communication is a struggle for him.
I haven't heard Floyd Mayweather try to read aloud. Have you guys?
No, but I'm sure it's embarrassing.
No, okay. Notoriously, he does not know how to read.
Okay. Thank you again for the super. And what watched half of Life? Huh? I did.
He's making fun of you for watching half of the movie Life.
Well, I'll get to the second half. I do things.
Well,
you just gonna ask. I almost spit this damn water on myself, man. Hey, bro, why?
Man, that big motherfucker got that rebound, kicked out of you, took off the other way.
I got the rebound.
You got the rebound.
He dribbled it out.
And
he dribbled it out.
You dribbling it out was dribbling the other way. I was
dribbling it out. So first, I got the rebound. I'm thinking we're gonna call timeout, because at that point, the game is possessional.
Yeah. 107, 107.
100%. So I'm thinking, okay, bet. We're not about to rush. We're going to get the best shot possible. Any other time, you look at it, and even now, teams do it. You get the rebound, you call timeout and get it to your best player, and then they make the play. That's how it go. So I didn't hear no whistle, so I'm like, all right, shit, I'm going to take this bitch to the corner. Like, let me get some space. KD, 7 foot. I ain't about to shoot over this dude, and he right here.
Okay, so that's an excuse, but I'm also going to say it makes sense. Are you guys buying it?
Well, no, I thought the exact same thing when I watched this. It is an excuse, but I think it's a valid excuse, because I think if he takes that last shot and he fucks it up, he's just going to get buried. And LeBron will bitch at him. His teammates will bitch at him. Like, it is an excuse, but I get it.
I don't hear anybody saying thank you for even getting that rebound.
Nope.
And
he had to work for it. It wasn't a gimme.
Where was the plan? I don't understand. Where was the plan? Hey, if we get this offensive rebound against all odds, immediately call a timeout. I mean, was that not set up? It looked like there wasn't a plan. And if LeBron James is Mr. High IQ, not only should he have executed the plan way sooner than it was too late, Speam, he should have done it immediately upon getting possession of the ball.
Yeah.
Well, also, and when you speak of IQ, AOH, it's Mr. Supposed, highest IQ in the history of the NBA. He didn't have the emotional IQ to not have a temper tantrum after the fact. So if you are the smartest basketball player, wouldn't that mean that you need to chill the fuck out and remember there's an overtime after this, and not just sit there and pout and act like a bitch in front of the world? Like, doesn't IQ kind of factor into that, you would think? No, but nobody ever talks about that.
Well, and even if we negate IQ, how about fucking leadership?
Right.
If you're the leader of that team in that moment, you didn't let your role players know what the plan was. That's on you. So he should have said,
go ahead. How about the fact that the game isn't over? Why didn't anyone talk about that? They talk about this as if it was the last chance to score. You had an entire fucking overtime in which LeBron James didn't do anything, and he certainly didn't mentally prepare his team by looking like he needed his diaper changed over in the corner of the bench. Oh, fuck you guys. I'm not a part of this team anymore.
Well, AOH, that's the point. That's the problem with LeBron fans. If the Cavs win that game and LeBron goes, I don't know, 4 for 7 or something in the OT, then they'll never shut the fuck up about the overtime. But because he just sat there like an asshole, didn't do shit, it's never brought up. His failures, although they happen more than his successes, are never brought up. And if they are brought up, they're never put in a context where they're seeing his failures. They're putting this context of just it was never his fault. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Observe Natural Evolution says LeBarbie Moans blames the greatest role player that never was. I'll die on this hill. Hey, I'll bring you food and supplies up on that hill because it's you should be there. LeBron needed to get over it quick. Shit happens. Still better than having Golden State shoot the last shot in regulation. Thank you, Jimmy James.
Yeah.
Bad Machine says LeBron reads books upside down. Let's see you try that. Well, he does provide an added challenge to himself when he reads by not knowing which way is up or down.
I'm surprised he hasn't professionally paid somebody to remove that Malcolm X questioning from the internet.
Yeah. 10-1 love 10, and he's a veteran player at that time, not a young one. Indeed. I mean, listen, he was in his 8th season when he went to Miami. Like you don't have excuses anymore. J.R. Smith has a valid excuse. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Amen. When you playing with Goofy, Jordan would have got the rebound, called a timeout, and Phil would have had him shoot the last shot. Yep.
There would have been a definitive plan in place.
Yeah.
And he
King
wouldn't have
Speech says
needed to be
LeBron
patted on the back.
LeBron was saved by 2 rebounds in 2013. Yeah, Bosch doesn't get credit for grabbing a rebound and knowing where to pass it out to in a critical moment. And that was after LeBron James bricked a 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of J.R. Smith, and forgive me if you guys already touched on this, he doesn't get enough credit for stepping up to Iggy on that drive against the Warriors. The famous the chase down block. Wasn't that?
Oh,
J.R.
yeah.
Smith
I mean,
stepped up and played defense.
Yeah, that block isn't possible if the shooter isn't preoccupied with J.R. Smith. I'd like to think that Iggy would have dunked it if J.R. wasn't between him and the rim.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, fuck, I still don't forgive Iggy. Just pump fake, you bitch.
Offensive rebound, you
get that
tripping.
clip?
Let me get to the corner. Nobody still to say nothing. So I'm like, all right, bet. Yo, it looked like they was trying to deny Bron, so I'm dribbling it out to get the ball to Bron. Like, bro, if I shoot this shit, they gonna be mad as fuck. You shoot this shit, they gonna be like, well, we gonna live and die with that. So for me, I'm just like, at the whole time, I'm like, man, listen, let me get this shit out of here. Get the big fella, he gonna do what he gotta do. Worst kind of worst, we got a timeout.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not gonna call timeout because then if I call timeout, y'all like, man, you wasted our timeout. Like, bro, come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do me like that, bro. Don't do me. I wanted to call it. All right, man. All right.
Hey, but
It's taken J.R. Smith a long time to say this much.
For sure.
But, and even though these are all excuses, they do come back to damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I think D Wade might be the only player he's played with that didn't have that damned if you do, damned if you don't moniker.
Expand on that.
So D Wade, because he was still the leader of that Heat team. Like, no matter what anybody wants to say about LeBron being the best player on that, like, D Wade taught him how to win, right? When he got to Miami, I think he was the only player that LeBron's played with where it's like he still had the freedom to do what he wanted to do and not have to worry about whether or not it pissed LeBron off.
Yeah.
Maybe Anthony Davis. And I think that might be it.
I think AD got to that point, especially when he started taking like verbal jabs at him.
Wait, who? You said AD was taking jabs at him?
Yeah, like when they were talking about LeBron past Jordan in 30-point games, and he's like, "Well, it took him 7 more seasons to do it."
Is it? Yeah, I was hoping that wasn't what you meant because I don't even think that's a jab. Everybody laughed immediately because it was on everyone's mind. It's like, thank Christ somebody said it because it did take him 7 more fucking seasons. That's what, listen, if we were all at a basketball game, okay, not us all, the rest of the panelists, Speam, you wouldn't be invited.
Yeah,
but
I know. I know you don't do. I know you don't do. What's the word? When black and whites are together.
Fucking hell.
Isn't that what you are when black and whites come together?
Yeah, I know you. I know you still want us separated, but no, proceed. Go ahead.
I'm just saying we could make a joke like that and not be worried that somebody's going to grab the ball and run home, which is who LeBron James is. Fuck you guys, I'm out of here.
Well,
You don't need
he's from Chicago, right? Anthony Davis is.
I don't know.
I think he's a Chicago guy. So anytime Jordan came up, I'm pretty sure AD always kind of sided with him. So he hid, I think he could kind of hide behind that. There weren't very many other active players that would flat out say they would take Jordan over LeBron if they played with him. They were too scared to.
Mr. Shanny says J.R. Smith is another example of that high basketball IQ narrative as complete BS. I don't remember J.R. Smith ever getting that sort of a compliment. Did he used to get that compliment?
I think he may be meaning that like the modern players of today have a higher basketball IQ.
Oh, God.
Wait, what? That couldn't be further from the truth.
I mean,
they won't say it.
Yeah,
they can't be more athletic and smarter, and somehow the product yet still suffers.
Hey, Speam, the game is faster. It's higher skilled. The IQ is higher. You just can't see any of this, but believe it.
I'm too busy yelling at the clouds. I forgot.
The sad thing is this might be what J.R. Smith ends up being remembered for. Well, LeBron James made sure of that. You want to talk about being a shitty teammate. LeBron James made sure that this is what J.R. Smith is remembered for.
Real quick, another super from Jimmy James. Jordan gets a bunch of flack for being a tyrant, but his teams were always mentally prepared to win and not make mental blunders in big moments. Very true.
Yep. Well, again, you guys, if we were on a pickup team, do you want to win or do you want to make sure nobody's feelings get hurt? Now, I can ask you guys that, but if I were to ask modern NBA fans, these kids, they might choose the latter.
They might. That's very possible.
I can't even wrap my head around that, but it's the reality of society today that I think it just exists. And I feel like I'm on a different planet looking at a different species. I'm like, what in the fuck happened to people?
Well, I was going to say that's just a societal norm at this point, AOH. That's not independent of sports.
Yeah, I got to wear a t-shirt when I go to games and be like, are you all old school or bitches? So I just need to walk on to the next court.
I think that's a question we should literally be able to ask in any situation. If I walk into a room, I should just be able to say, are you all bitches or are you old school? Do I need to watch every single thing that I say so one of you doesn't go home crying?
Woodage says JR was an athletic freak. He was, and I included that in one of my past videos defending him. Or wasn't the past videos where they said that the Cavs never did anything for LeBron because they took J.R. Smith and Shumpert from the Knicks. They were up and coming. They were like supposed to be bright spots on that New York Knicks team. And next thing you know, just added to LeBron's bench of talent that then get diminished into being nobodies.
Yeah. This is a good comment. The most profound insight and true reality that Michael Jordan said in The Last Dance was leadership has a cost. I didn't tell anybody to do anything I wasn't willing to do myself.
Right.
Sorry, Speem, I cut you off there.
I was going to say Shumpert doesn't get talked about enough as one of the critical pieces to, LeBron's success. Defensively, he was just a monster. And along with J.R. Smith, I remember I still watch like J.R. Smith Knicks highlights and Shumpert highlights. When they got to the paint, they didn't look like they were that strong, but like they finished. And both of them were bucket getters, and Iman Shumpert was nasty on defense. Like these are two pivotal pieces again when it comes to the argument of who had more help, and that's like on the low end, relatively speaking, of the help that LeBron's had. Like you don't think Jordan would have taken Shumpert on his team? You don't think Steph Curry would take J.R. Smith in his prime and Shumpert in his prime?
Thank you.
Are you kidding me? And again, that's like, relatively speaking, they're not all-stars. I mean, I don't think J.R. Smith ever made an all-star team. I don't think Shumpert ever did. And they're still great players.
The Sentinel says, I have a shirt with an arrow pointed up and then a quarter at the bottom, not the participation trophy generation. AD never really demanded the respect he deserved. He was complacent with being in his prime and letting a 40-year-old run the team. That's so true. It was frustrating. Like AD balled out for LA when he wasn't hurt. I'll give you that. When he wasn't hurt. But if you're gonna spend time looking at how often AD was hurt, you need to understand that LeBron has only played a handful of games more than AD, and yet he's the Iron Man, and AD is street clothes. Anyway, yeah, Anthony Davis, I guess that's his personality type. He just signed up to be LeBron's bitch.
He's the whole ring they have that stupid bullshit championship.
No?
Yeah.
I mean, what did he average? Like 35 and 15 in that series?
I think so. And then they gave LeBron the MVP.
Yeah.
It's laughable.
Well, again, what if maybe let's just, for the sake of argument, say you do think LeBron deserved the MVP. That wouldn't change the fact that if you were to emulate LeBron's behavior, you would go on a podcast and tell the world that it's your MVP and that it was stolen from you, because that's what LeBron does.
Oh, Shaq.
How come?
It too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shaq, again, I've said before, Shaq has an astonishingly insecure personality.
You mean like relative to his success, like the fact that he's a 5-time champion and still is insecure?
Yes, relative to his success. He showed, I think he may have improved a little bit recently, but there were a few years there where on Inside the NBA, he just embarrassed himself regularly.
Well, between the ring arguments with Chuck, and not to get too off topic, between the ring arguments with Chuck and then him, saying Steve Nash took 2 of his MVPs, it gets tiresome. And I'm wondering, you know how LeBron says, who was it, Marc Gasol took his defensive player. Like who walks around saying their defensive player of the year award was fucking stolen? Who cares? Like I could see if you said MVP. All right, like I could see that. But who's sitting there bitching about not winning defensive player of the year?
I mean, was that respectful to Marc Gasol?
No, not. Of course not.
Is that the high road?
I don't even know what the high road would be in that scenario.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just to shut the fuck up, I guess.
Shutting the fuck up would be the high road. Not talking.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the only option. Anything else you say is going to sound like deflection or, getting defensive or whatever.
Oh, also shout out to Woodage. So you asked, like, do people wear Jordans or LeBrons, what have you? So I tend to go to sneaker spots fairly often. You will see more LeBrons on sale and on clearance than any other Nike signature athlete, which is fucking nuts, because his shoes retail at $200 and then $210, which is fucking nuts to begin with. And they quickly go from that to about $60 in less than 2 months, which is unheard of.
From a business perspective, I don't know why you would keep giving a guy contracts and shoes when his shoes don't sell well. You know what I mean?
Well, he has a lifetime contract. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I see these NBA players in their spoiled entitlement breaking contracts all the time. I don't know why Nike shouldn't be able to.
That's interesting. I never thought about that.
King's Speech says LeBron needs that DPOY. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It would like fill a gap in his resume. It would be a talking point for people that have criticized his defense. You'd be like, well, how can that be true? He's a DPOY winner, which, you know, is what they say for all this stuff. Oh, how can you say that he's bad if he's been selected to the All NBA team all these times? It's like, well, he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Like LeBron's arguments defending LeBron's career are based on accolades that he should have never had.
Well, do you
And
know
I'm not
for sure
sure
calling him a pass first player if he had more than one scoring championship?
I don't know. You know what I really think about a lot is his 2009, 2010 league MVPs, and then him just wetting the bed in the playoffs. And I was still focused on the West, the Lakers, because I was rooting against Kobe. I wasn't that concerned about LeBron in the East, so I wasn't watching. But I wonder if any of our viewers listening watched closely and have any strong feelings about whether or not he, in fact, was gifted the league MVP those 2 years.
Which 2 seasons?
09 and 10? Or was it 10 and 11?
Yeah, I wasn't really watching back then, so I don't know.
I think back then, a lot of his MVP arguments were fueled by this idea that his previous team bottomed out after he left. So you said 09 and 10.
Yeah, I was right the first time. 09, 10, 12, and 13.
Okay. What year did he leave the Cavs?
10. His first season in Miami was 10-11.
Because after he left, they went to what, like a basically like a 13-win team.
I don't know if it was that bad, but you know, he gobbled up all their resources for himself, and then didn't, and also wasn't kind enough to let the front office know what his plans were.
Exactly. And that was painted as this idea that, well, when he leaves, the team sucks. Well, yeah, if you look at it from a surface level like that, sure. But just like to your point, he took all of their resources because they invested everything into him.
Yeah. And into bringing in all the players to support him.
The team,
a lot of
the teams
people
were built to support him.
I think lost in the mix of the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan feud, or at least Pippen's feud, and the relatively successful season that the Bulls had after Jordan retired. I think people forget that was also when the team added people like Longley, Kukoc, whom they had secured in the draft, but he was still in Europe for a few more years. You know, they had all of those guys, and Jordan wasn't there, but they were added in Jordan's absence. It's not like it was just the same Bulls minus Jordan.
Right. Real quick here, Chaps 37, thank you for the super. I had Braun 1 shoes in the mid 2000s and I burned them in 2010. I don't care if he won 10 chips. Fuck Braun. Couldn't agree more.
I wonder if he was the first player I ever saw his jersey burned by the fans. I don't remember that happening before him.
I can't think of another one.
It happened after him, but I don't remember prior to him leaving the Cavs the first time. I don't remember ever seeing fans literally burning a player's jersey.
Yeah.
I don't have another distinct memory of it.
As Chap said, he burned his LeBrons. It's King's Speech says Brunsons are going for $800. Good God.
Heck yeah. He
Wow.
has he's a Nike athlete, and he's one of their athletes that's touted to wear Kobe's full time, and Kobe's resale markup is already like 600%. So
it's outrageous.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, that's nothing against Brunson. I just don't think humans should spend $800 on sneakers.
Fuck no. And that's coming from a collector. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, the world is a difficult place to live in right now. Spending anything, really anything in excess is kind of nuts.
It is.
What else do you guys have on your respective lists?
Again, a few of these, like, they're super easy to just gloss over.
Cyberius, did you get the clip I sent you?
I still don't see it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm looking in Discord, and I don't see it there.
Okay.
I just wanted to gloss over real quick that Uncommon Sense did a video on it. In Your Face Hoops did a video on it of Stephen A. begs LeBron to join the Knicks.
Ugh.
I mean, first of all, if you're a Knicks fan, why the fuck would you want to ruin your team? Because that's what's going to happen.
He'll make the Knicks
go anywhere.
He'll make the Knicks relevant.
That's the fucking nonsense that they say about the Lakers.
That would be the story.
I mean, who, even now, the Knicks are the current champions, but if you went to Thailand or something for some reason, Japan, wherever, and asked them to name you an NBA team, what's the most likely NBA team that people are going to say?
I mean, Bulls, Lakers, Celtics, probably one of those three.
Thank you. And Lakers isn't in your list because LeBron James came there to die. Right. And that's no hate on New York, King's Speech. I'm just saying, like,
no,
you know, Lakers, Celtics, and thanks to Michael Jordan, Bulls.
Because outside of this country, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there may be, well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that aren't even aware that the Knicks are a team.
Oh, Sentinel, I hear you. I'm mad enough at the Warriors organization for not denouncing it, but I guess that's the way it is in the league. LeBron and Rich Paul can spread whatever untrue rumors that they want to, and everybody just sits there and takes it. Let's just get him signed somewhere so that we know whether or not to burn Chase Center down.
Right.
I can move on to other projects.
I mean, in all honesty, at this point, fuck him. Let him go to the Heat. I don't care. I'm not a Heat fan. Fuck their organization. If Pat Riley wants to be a fool and bring him back, I don't care.
No, fuck that. Let him go to a small market team and just go retire in obscurity. Like, just fuck it. Go to Washington. Who gives a shit? Do it. You know what I mean? I don't want him to have any. Fuck it. I mean, sounds terrible, but it is what it is. He needs to just do whatever it takes to stay out of the spotlight if he's going to stay in the league. So just go to some small fucking market team. Let them pay him the max. Put butts in seats. He'll miss the playoffs or he'll lose in the first round, and then we can just move on to the next season, just like we did this season. Because we basically just have to survive this.
Juwana, man.
Also, I emoted. I tried emailing it to you also, Cyberius.
Yeah, I was going to say I did see that.
Okay.
JL.
Go ahead.
JL, we hope you're correct, but you know, as we mentioned earlier, apparently Pat Riley has put out some kiss-ass comment about LeBron being more than welcome.
Yeah, he said
we hope it's just
under the mat.
Yeah, we hope it's not real.
Jimmy,
yeah, you're right. They got a
super. Bulls were 34-1 without MJ in 94-95, 13-4 in the last 17 games with him, 72-10 next season with Jordan, played all 82 games.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it sounded like I was saying that the Bulls were as good without him. I just wondered how many people have even realized the roster changes that took place.
Right.
You know what I think is interesting? Nobody, AOH, you as a Warriors guy, maybe you've done this and I missed it before I started watching your videos. Did anyone ever do a side-by-side comparison of the 72-10 season with the Warriors 73-9 season? Like what those looked like in terms of like when the games were won, the context, the importance of the games when they won them. Has anyone ever done that?
Not that I've seen, but I think that'd be an amazing breakdown.
Well, I think the reason nobody's done it is because AOH, you said this earlier, the Warriors 73-9 season, it was cool, but in the grand scheme of things, this whole idea that they were the greatest team ever is not, it's just not accurate. It's just easier to say that now because it makes what the Cavs did look more quote unquote impressive.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to take a deep dive into whether or not what they did was that impressive. Anyway, I swear you did a video on that, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I've made a lot of videos and my memory isn't so good, so the chances are there.
Yeah, Cyberius, if you can get that video to work, I suggest you throw it on for the fans because it's quite egregious.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a channel, Speem.
I do. It's at Speem Engine. Just currently, I'm not even going to dare to try to do anything if I can't get my audio to stick around for more than 20 minutes.
Oh, you can't upload a video that you expect other people to upload?
I thought you didn't want to waste your time talking to me. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm not hosting this. You'd be gone.
I know. Because
I'm gonna mute you both and watch this fucking video. All right, let's watch more.
Hey, Bron face though, dog, when he was looking at.
Oh, he was hot.
He was legitimately hurt.
He was hot. He was confused because he didn't understand what is happening right now. And I'm literally looking at him like.
I'm trying to get you the ball.
Like, bro, this is your job.
That's Cat, by the way, saying that LeBron was confused. No, he was just being a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though there's J.R. Smith is sort of defending himself, and fanboys probably think that he's disrespecting LeBron. He's actually being about as polite as he can be by claiming that LeBron was confused there. No, LeBron's being a goddamn whiny bitch.
Yeah, that's why you don't get the big bucks. They don't pay me enough for this shit.
Right. Yeah, he did the same exact thing.
Yeah, but
my people, that was J.R. Smith describing his thought process in the 2018 finals. The 2018 finals where he made that mistake that many of people around the world, including LeBron James and his fanboys, that was a very convenient mistake to put all of the blame on J.R. Smith. Now, when I listen to J.R. Smith talk, what I hear is a player who sounds uncertain. J.R. Smith, one who is a very competent basketball player. J.R. Smith, who one could describe as a hooper for sure. J.R. Smith, one who can definitely get you a bucket and did get plenty of buckets. This J.R. Smith sounded uncertain in this situation. And a player who is uncertain in this situation, to me, this is directly the fault of the person who is supposed to be leading them. And that would be LeBron Ramon James, the false fake king. So let's talk about leadership, fanboy.
You know, we talked earlier about J.R. Smith's athleticism. But when I was breaking down, because I have done some partial breakdowns of 17 and 18, J.R. Smith's hitting a lot of threes.
He is.
And you got to think again, oh, here, go adapt, go make a new identity for yourself, go make a new game for yourself because you're on LeBron's team. And LeBron just needs the floor spread for him because the only thing he can do is bulldoze down the middle of a wide lane. That's bad enough already to someone whose game is so limited to be called the GOAT or it be in a GOAT conversation. But now we're hearing the stories about how LeBron has changed his game and adapted and done what the team needed him to do. And it's just complete fugazi. He hasn't done anything. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Absolutely nothing. Pull up any game in which the announcer is saying that he's adapted and changed his game, and I will show you that it is the exact same as the fucking game before, and the game before that, and the season before, and the season before that.
Well, AOH, what they do, what a Nick Wright does, is what he'll say to that is, no, LeBron takes breaks on defense because the team needs him on offense, which, you would call that, tanking or being fucking lazy, or the reality of it, cherry picking. But the clutch media will say, no, those are sacrifices he's making for his team.
Well, but to my point, is that different than what he was doing the season before? Whether you want to defend not playing defense or not, which is already an absurd conversation,
right?
It still looks the same as the season before.
No, I guess you're right.
You guess I'm right.
Well, and further talking about something that, what an asshole you are. In addition to that, Jalen Brunson has a chip now after giving up millions of dollars, and somehow I haven't heard any of these assholes on TV talking about, well, maybe LeBron, if he wants another ring, he'll take that pay cut. Maybe because Brunson did it in a major market and it worked out for the Knicks, blah blah blah. But you don't hear any of these guys saying, he should take a pay cut to bring in somebody else, which doesn't matter now that AR-15 just signed that ridiculous fucking contract. But nobody ever brings that up.
Yeah, boy, two things there. LeBron's got people in his camp, and LeBron is so far gone from reality that he may not be able to get his thinking past his ego, in which they're saying, and people like Brian Windhorst are saying, well, show LeBron a reason that he should take a pay cut. Like he's the one who needs to be appeased, as if he just had another great season. And I just showed 4 games with 4 quarters broken down, showing that he is the reason that they were swept. But yet it's him who needs to be appeased. And so therefore, before you can even, I don't know, some people said, oh, maybe he'll take a pay cut. And well, only if he goes somewhere else, apparently. If it's the Lakers, they have to go to him on bended knee and be like, here's what we've done in the off season. Will you please rejoin us? And then what was the last part? Oh, AR. Austin Reeves. It'll be interesting to see how much his game is diminished if he doesn't have the protection of LeBron James and the favoritism of the referees. And I'm mixed on it, because I even said in my breakdown, AR hits some clutch shots and he's not afraid of the moment, and he even gets to the rim without flopping sometimes. So I'm not saying he's bagless. In fact, it confuses me how he manages to get around people.
Right.
But I also think that he benefits a lot from the Lakers referee culture.
Oh, listen, so much of his success early on was because he was getting the whistle. And analysts don't talk about this idea that the more you get to the free throw line, the more momentum you build as an offensive player. So, of course, he's going to average, what did he average, 27 or something crazy this season? He still gets the whistle. And let's say he's in a shooting funk. Now, granted, he was hurt, but let's say he's in a shooting funk. Okay, well, now he's going to go to the paint. He's going to flop like a fucking fish, and he's going to get to the free throw line, and that builds momentum. But nobody ever talks about that. They just talk about, well, you know, he hustles. You know, they call him, you know, white boy this, white boy that, because he just happens to have a quote unquote bag, and that's what you like. You have to assign a race to that, I guess. And you just like that's that unspoken thing that nobody talks about. If he's in any other market, he's not gonna get the whistle. He's not gonna have the success. And I guess now we'll never see that because the Lakers are going to be stuck with that for the next 4 years. Because if I'm another team, I mean, are you taking that contract if you're another team? I'm not.
No. Well, so I'm curious. Pineapple Midrange, before he disappeared, made a video where he was talking about if you're wearing a Lakers uniform, you get 55 free throws per season.
That's true.
And it is. It's absolutely true. But so my curiosity is that leniency granted to them because of LeBron or because they're Lakers? Will the Lakers still receive that free throw disparity if LeBron is no longer on their team?
No. And I think you would almost see that immediately.
I
think
agree. I don't think they'll get it either.
Immediately.
So I think because Reeves scored multiple 40-point games last season and had 22 free throws in one of those 40-point games to get that 40 points. Like
I think it was a 50-point game with 20-some free throws.
And yeah, I don't think he's getting that if LeBron is gone. So I mean, I think he's going to be tested, and he may come up short.
And he sure as fuck isn't going to be allowed to stop referees at the end of a game to have a fucking conference with them about how they're being reffed.
I still don't even understand how not only was that not even an individual technical, how is it not a team technical? If a single player is not supposed to get away with it, how the fuck does the team get away with it?
I would check AOH. I know this is one of your favorite moments in time because you reference it a lot. Sorry to cut you off. But I would ask the question, was that more egregious than LeBron grabbing that ref by his arm and pulling him and telling him about being fouled?
Probably not, because, I mean, I don't know. You tell me, which one are you going to react more strongly to? I think the Austin Reeves one is crazy because he complained about feeling disrespected when you can see him yelling pussy at the referee without any consequences.
And who gives a fuck if you feel disrespected? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, boo-hoo. I mean, yeah, let's just all have a contest of talking about how disrespected we feel, and whoever has the biggest
me up and down for the last hour and a half, and I'm just gonna call the NAACP and move on with my life.
Oh, don't tempt me to start actually trying. But what LeBron did, it's in the rule books as an automatic ejection. So it's not just that he physically grabbed a referee and your personal feelings about that. It's defiance of the rule book of, when it's words, they have the excuse of, well, it's subjective. You make the call. This, it says it's automatic. There's no judgment call to be made, and yet nothing happened. In fact, the referees were pretty unfair to Dylan the Villain that entire game.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember the play like it was yesterday, but I mean, LeBron flopped his ass off in that same game against Dylan Brooks, right? And that's why Dylan Brooks flipped out.
Yeah. I actually have it in my notes that the whole game needs an additional breakdown to the breakdown that I broke down, because it was just like setting a new marker in history of how low the NBA will go to appease LeBron James. And that was above and beyond the grabbing of the referee. That's just like a cherry on the sundae of a disgusting game.
It's fucked up. Real quick, Chaps 37 with Super AOH. Fuck Bron.
Well said. Eloquent.
Couldn't agree more. Are you guys familiar with the locker room that they keep mentioning in the chat? I don't know who that is. I've never heard of them before, but apparently,
I don't know.
The locker room on YouTube had a major meltdown, and the whole chat called the Lakers front office a racist because they chose AR-15 over Braun.
Hey. Let's be consistent, because LeBron usually chooses white people first too, doesn't he?
I mean, if you want to talk about podcast appearances, he only chooses white people.
Yeah. Well, boy,
crazy.
That's a big statement. I wasn't going to say only, but is it only?
I mean,
it's a lot.
Has there been
the one time? So I was thinking about that for a second. The one time I ever saw him do a prevalent episode with a black content creator, it actually just showed up in the clips we were watching. It was with Kai Cenat, who I think is a clown for a completely different reason. But that's the only time I ever saw. And that ironically, LeBron released a sneaker a week later. So I think the only color he really sees is, green for money and all that. But I also think that he primarily does white. I don't know how to even phrase it. I don't know. It's like it's like Rich Paul and then LeBron and Steve Nash or what's their stupid coach's name? That Nazi.
JJ counts as two white people.
He does, man. He does. But I've been consistent in disliking him since Duke. So I'm not surprised. I'm right about what appears to be his character.
This is true. He's never done an interview with his number one fanboy, Shannon Sharp.
Nope.
That's interesting.
And I don't think he ever will.
And if I'm Brian Windhorst, after LeBron calls me weird or whatever in such a public forum, I'm never speaking on him again.
Nope. Or at least not in any positive light.
Yeah, I just, as a man, I don't understand how you allow yourself to not address that publicly in a way where it's like, bro, don't call me weird. Like,
Windhorst is not a man. He may not be a Homo sapien. Some sort of. I mean, have you seen him?
Yeah.
Have you seen him standing?
I've never actually seen him standing.
Yeah. He's not even Homo erectus.
That's good. That's a good one. I'm not even being sarcastic. That's good.
Is he even a land mammal? He may be like a blue whale or a. He is a big man.
Go look at my short of him with the leprechaun sound effect over the top of it, because he's about 2 feet tall and hunched over. I did not. They made a mistake of showing him standing one time, and I was like, damn. That was almost unsettling. I thought I was looking at a movie set.
I almost wonder if he doesn't have some kind of underlying health condition, because
underlying.
Well, I'm trying to. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's so fucked up.
Truth hurts.
Very, very, very obvious, undiagnosed medical condition. Because as much as we see Stephen A. in the quote unquote gym, and as much as we see all these other analysts like trying so desperately to create their own identities, it's interesting to me that he appears as unhealthy as he does, as consistently as he does.
I mean, diabetes must be on summer break.
That's what I'm saying. It just like at some point when you're a public figure like that, because unfortunately he is a public figure.
He is.
You have to understand what you're presenting to the population. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, I need to go for a run. Gentlemen, let's wrap up. Well, you guys can keep going.
I mean, yeah, we're at an hour and a half. So, yeah, I was going to say it was a good show. I think we covered a lot. We'll definitely be back next Wednesday for more. And thank you, everybody, for all the supers. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you to AOH and Speam Engine for joining. And we will catch you next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
Peace.